What's up? Oh, dude, you're muted. It
That
looked
was
like you tried to participate.
yeah, I was doing the what's up, but like I didn't mute it, so it's like next level.
That sucks, dude. One of these times I need to get like all the sellers on and we'll do like a big Zoom call and we'll just do a what's up montage. That'd be pretty sweet.
Yep, and then
Recreate
it'll
the
be like
commercials. How you doing, buddy?
doing well.
Good, man. I haven't talked to you in a while.
I know
You've been
it's
crushing it. You were out in
been busy.
Barcelona at Affiliate World.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
That was very eventful. Like we learned quite a lot of things. Pretty much a lot of things that we were kind of guessing anyway. But like it's good to re refine your knowledge and also back up the thoughts that you have. So
Got some
when you see
validation.
like a trend and you get some validation from other media buyers and other experts. So like I think we're set up for the right track. So everything that we're doing is on track. And I
Nice.
hope to share some more insight. The weather was really nice. I enjoyed that. Um, and it was good to hang out with some shinies there as well. So we had some top sellers and some of the internal crew as well. So it was amazing time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, for those of you who don't know, there was a conference in Barcelona. It's called Affiliate World, and we flew John Burgess out there and Krste, and I'm not sure if anybody else went, but we had a bunch of sellers meet there too. What's that?
Eric was there too.
Oh yeah, Eric Taz was there, the CEO of the company, and they met up with a bunch of sellers and then a bunch of other like power players in the e-com space, and they just had a really good time. And they came back and they were sharing kind of what they learned. I know Krste, you're going to be dropping some of that a little later for the team. So it's just kind of a cool thing. And we, this isn't the only conference we do. We did another one in, was it Dubai? That's not sounding right. Was it Dubai?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So we did one in Dubai. And then we had another one that we hosted in St. Pete. So it's kind of cool getting out there to mingle, meet sellers, things like that. It's really cool. If you guys ever want to attend one of those, please share, let us know in the comments, and we'll try to get our itinerary public. So in case you want to meet us there or something, that'd be really cool. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about what's working in Q3 and how to prep for Q4, right? What's working in Q3 and how to prep for Q4. Q4 is the Super Bowl, right? Anybody in e-commerce, you love Q4. Something like 50 to 55% of all of the entire year's sales come through in Q4. Sales are popping off the hooks. It's my favorite time of the year. I absolutely love the grind into Christmas. It's so amazing to watch. Like all the charts just go up and to the right. Some like if you land a winning product around Christmas, I mean, it's absolutely incredible. It's my favorite time of year. I get so excited. It's amazing to see all the sales. So, but now's the time to be preparing for it. So Krste's here to kind of help us with all of that. Before we get into it though, you guys know how I like to kick some things off. Everybody who's not ready, now's the time. Go get your coffees, go get your drinks, warm up your hot chocolate. Let's go, people. I'm going to look at the comments real quick, and then we're going to kick this thing off. Deborah, what's up? Deborah here is on vacation. Deborah, we want to see pics. Give us some pictures of your lake house or wherever you're at. Show us where you're working. That'd be awesome to see where you're tuning in from this morning. Gary says, vacation, what's that? Yeah, some of us, I guess, go hard, but I actually agree with Deborah here. She responded, you got to take care of yourself. That includes vacation. I do agree. You don't want to burn out in this game, and it's easy to do if you're pushing yourself super hard. I've been there many, many times. Pat, what's up? Happy Friday. Gail, how you doing? Welcome to Coffee with Michael. Sophie, thanks for coming back. You're here every week. You're amazing. Good morning from Ecuador. Ecuador. Welcome, Facebook user. Hey, go to StreamYard.com/Facebook. Let us know who you are so we can talk to you. Deborah's going to bring in some pics. Oh, that was from 4 minutes ago. Maybe not. All right, Gail, what's up? Facebook user. Hi, Michael from India. How you doing, buddy? StreamYard.com/Facebook. Let us know who you are. Deborah says St. Pete was awesome. You were in St. Pete for the conference, weren't you, Krste?
Yes, I was.
Yes, you
I
go ahead.
I was the one that didn't know if I was going to get there until like a few days before leaving. So we booked flights, we did everything, and we weren't sure if I was going to make it until like the last minute. So my passport, I was waiting
That's
from
right.
Australia, and then I sorted that, and then there was another setback, and I was like, oh, but I managed to sort that out as well. So that was and then one of the speakers pulled out, so I actually got to do a talk as well, which is fantastic. One of my first masterminds that I've actually spoken at. So
that's awesome, man. You probably got a bunch of really cool pictures too. You got like a highlight reel now.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Anyway, Deborah was there in St. Pete. Reggie was there. Anna Beck was there. Mario showed up. There were a ton of people there. It was basically a ShineOn mastermind. So it was really, really cool. Matt Stafford was there. Matt's actually a conversion rate optimization expert. He's going to be on Coffee with Michael next week or the week after, sharing conversion rate optimization tips for your Shopify store. You're not going to want to miss that. It's going to be amazing. Good afternoon from London. What's up? All right. You guys ready to do this? All right. Let's make the world a better place, people. Raise up your glasses, mugs, bottles, and flasks. Join me now for the Digital Marketer's Toast. Here's to more conversions, more cash, cheap CPMs, and lower CACs, higher CTRs, much higher CVRs to enabled ad accounts and big bank accounts, upsells, downsells, and cross-sells, to winning products and repeat sales, to the thing that everybody knows, the riches are in the niches, but also your email flows. Are you ready? Drink up, folks. Cheers.
Cheers.
There we go. I've got some dopamine going on. If you got the tinglies, let me know in the chat. Everybody gets some tinglies every time without fail. People constantly write in about miracles breaking out when we do the Digital Marketer's Toast. Pretty amazing. This was your first time. Life just got better. Your entire life, the trajectory of it just changed for the better. You probably don't even know it yet, but it has happened. It's a fact. Things go up from here. It's going to be amazing. People are getting sales right now, actually. You've got campaigns you just launched this morning, tests you're running. Go check them because you probably just got some sales thanks to the Digital Marketer's Toast. That's what it does, people. It lowers CPMs. It increases conversion rates. It makes little kids and baby kittens happy. It's amazing. All right, do me a favor. Like this post. Like the post. I'm looking at the post right now. I see 11 likes on it. I want to see more. Like the post. Heart the post, give me some kind of reaction to the post in the Facebook group. If you're on YouTube, I want you to subscribe, like it, hit the notification bell, do all that fun stuff. Let's go, people. I see 19. We're at 19 now. I want more. Keep hitting that button. Spam it. I don't care. Actually, I think you can only like a post once, so don't spam it because you may unlike. I don't want that to happen. Keep going, people. All right. Thank you. Thank you for showing us some love. Appreciate you. If you have any questions today for Krste about Q3 or prepping for Q4, I want you to start dropping them in the comments. We're going to get into those. Let's quick run through some testimonials. If you're featured here, you get some swag, right? Every week, we grab 2 to 5 people. We feature their post here. We give them some swag. Sarah here shared she did $1,000 in revenue. That's a huge milestone, especially when you're new. So congratulations, Sarah. I went from $0 to $1,000. Thanks to for all the help, ShineOn family. I'm ready to start learning how to test ads, so I am prepared for a winning Q4. That's what today is all about. Who's your favorite coach and why? I want to dive in. My next goal is $10,000. $10,000. Sarah, congratulations. Thank you for dropping the post and the screenshot in the group. You've got some swag coming your way. Next, we wanted to talk about Chris Blair. Chris Blair dropped this. I thought it was a valuable tip. Overspending on Facebook ads on hopeless product ideas is the biggest reason some ShineOn sellers are not successful. On the first day of testing, I don't care if you're using $5, $20, or $30 ad sets, pay close attention to cost per click, cost per link click you're getting. If it's much over $1.50 per link click in the USA, other countries vary, your product's hopeless. Continuing to spend on it is pointless and a big waste of money. I teach my coaching students and also constantly reminding myself to be ruthless and just make decisions based on the data and not wishful thinking. So love the value post here. Chris has been dropping a lot of value in the group lately. I want to point out a couple things real quick. I think that cost per link click also varies based on the niche you're targeting. But what Chris is doing is he's trying to look at data at the very beginning, at the top of the funnel, and he's trying to use that data to decide whether or not to keep the campaign going. Everybody has different strategies and tactics. This is certainly one of them, but his goal is to be able to test a lot of products for as cheap as possible. Anybody on a budget, you need to pay attention to some of Chris's testing methods. I don't know anybody else out there that's teaching them the same way that Chris does. So they're pretty exciting. Finally, let's see here. I thought this was interesting. Be ruthless and just make decisions based on the data. So something that I kind of learned over the years, and Krste, you can probably attest to this, like you could run an entire campaign blind and not even know what you're selling, right? Like you could literally be in a position where a client just has you take over their campaigns and they don't even show you what the ad is. You don't know anything about the ad, the product, anything like that. And you can literally drive the entire campaign just based on campaign level data in Facebook. Would you basically agree with that, Krste? Krste?
Sorry, I cut in and out. Yeah, so I'd agree. Like with the testing side of things, like if you watch the SOE that we put out a few weeks ago, we recommend starting testing on TikTok because the CPMs are much lower. So again, that's another way to save on testing. But yeah, I agree. Like holistically, you can really see like where an account's going based on the metrics. Personally, I still like to um give the campaign some room. Like with the dirty 30 testing method, I just literally leave it for a day and a half because it will fluctuate a little bit up and down based on the competition in the auction, and it kind of finds its ground as well. So but yeah, we're on the same wavelength with running CPC, link click, and but I run landing page view alongside the dirty 30s to basically stabilize the ad and keep it from being negatively impacted. Because the problem is when you run a new ad, sometimes it falls victim to people saying negative thing, or like say I don't want to see this, and then automatically a campaign is gonna not give you a proper test. But like if you run that landing page view or link clicks ahead of running the conversion campaign, that tends to balance the response when it comes to a conversion campaign. So Facebook will favor it opposed to just like a blind conversion ad campaign, if that makes sense.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, so it's again, it's about following the data, kind of where it leads. Again, everybody's got different approaches and tactics. Krste was kind of teasing out some of the differences in his approach there just a minute ago. But anyway, go check out some posts from Chris Blair. He's constantly dropping value. Thank you, Chris. You've got some swag coming your way. This guy's in China, so the shipping on this is going to be insane. I don't know, man.
Japan.
But he needs a t-shirt. He needs something cool. We'll send something out your way. If you want some swag too, every week we grab 2 to 5 posts. We're looking for value posts, testimonials with screenshots, tips, tricks, campaign hacks, that kind of thing. Drop them in the group. If we grab your post and we feature it here, you'll get some free swag, like a cool t-shirt. We've got notebooks and backpacks. I think Tammy put a fanny pack in there. If fanny packs are your thing, there's all kinds of stuff that we got in our merch store. So drop a post, you might win some. Okay, latest news. We'll move through this pretty quick. ShineOnTreasury.com. ShineOnTreasury.com. The Treasury has launched. Krste, do you want to explain a little bit about the Treasury and what it is?
Yeah, sure. So basically we launched our initial coaching program in Q4 last year, and we got lots of valuable feedback from people that haven't joined coaching, and also people that were in coaching and potentially discontinued the program, or are in the program. So what we found is people wanted to separate the content side of things and the coaching side of things. So we came up with a strategy that is win-win for everyone. So the Treasury basically is all of our content and courses at a yearly or bi-yearly subscription. So we've got a $350 subscription for 6 months or $5.95 for a year. And that includes all of our courses, all of our masterminds, anything that we put out, things that we do in coaching. Like say I'm testing new strategies and I come up with a winning strategy, that will also get pushed to the treasury. So rather than selling you a course and then another course and another course, we just literally give you everything that we have. We believe in enabling our sellers to reach their full potential, and that's the whole reason why we believe that we should make this affordable and reachable for everyone. And then once they start diving in and having some potential winners and really want to scale and get that support network with myself and the other coaches, or really stack the wins, that's when they can transition to the coaching program. And as part of Treasure, we also have the option for office hour calls. So that's straight like question and answer type scenario where myself or one of the other internal brands members will jump on a call with for about 45 minutes, and we'll answer any questions. But the difference between coaching and office hours call is much more in depth, and we actually do training sessions. So we'll do phrase building together in coaching. We'll do store builds. We lift the lid on family gift mall. So one of our internal brands will actually, test. We'll show you the ads. We'll show you the analysis, and it's literally fully over the shoulder, fully exposed. And yeah, like the most recent win we had on the internal brand was for Father's Day. We were selling the open work watch at $149, and I think we made just over 5 figures profit in less than a week. So it was really, really good push, and a lot of people enjoyed that content. So that's going to continue, as well as the normal exercises, so around mindset, around product finding and researching, then testing, scaling. So pretty much the full support network for all of the skills needed to really push and succeed.
So back to Treasury real quick. So how many courses are currently in Treasury? Do you have an idea? Like
good question. Let's pull it up. So
I think it's like 4, right? Because it's ShineOn 100K. It's the TikTok course. What else is it?
So we've got my skill stack. So that's Facebook and
there you go.
Researching. Like that's what was in coaching previously. So that was transition, and we added some additional content. We've got your 100K call recordings and the live training bundle. We've got the virtual mastermind, which we hosted in April, I believe it was. We are bringing on the the in-person mastermind. Hopefully that will launch at the end of month. So if you missed out on the mastermind in St. Pete, which we were talking about with Michael earlier, but you still want to get like all the talks and see, what Matt Stafford was dropping, what Alex Fedorov, myself, Jim and John, like everyone was sharing really valuable stuff. So if you want to pick that up, you can subscribe to the Treasury, take advantage of all of the content that's in there now. And also when we launch that, you can also go through the content of that. So it's really a no-brainer. Like you're getting,
I mean, you're getting,
I'd say 5 or 10,000 easy worth of value for like $5.95 a year. Like it's
I mean, like, a lot of courses are going for $1,000 in some cases. Yeah. And here you basically get 4 of them, and plus anything else we release for just the subscription fee of the, $350 for 6 months or $500 for a year, or $595 for a year is what I think you said. Yep. So yeah, go check it out, everybody. ShineOnTreasury.com if you'd like to sign up for ShineOn Treasury. And if you're interested in coaching, where's coaching now? Is it coaching.shineon.com?
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're interested in coaching, it's coaching.shineon.com, right?
Yep.
So, and Krste here put together a lot of the content. I've put together some of the content. My content is kind of old. It's from history. But if you still want to learn a little bit about my journey and some of the tactics and methods that I used, you can do that there. There are coaching calls, recordings, the virtual masterminds, all kinds of stuff. ShineOnTreasury.com or coaching.shineon.com. if you're interested in those. Next, we partnered with Mario, giving him a plug here. Mario has a done with you scaling program. So if you think you're sitting on a product that's a winner, right, and you want to tap, you want somebody's help to scale it because you've never scaled a winning product before, using like partnering with someone that's got expertise or getting coaching is really, really smart, because you may only be able to scale a product to 30 grand a day on your own. But if you have help from an expert, they may be able to get you to 100 grand a day or something like that, for example. I mean, they can literally double or triple your results. So I highly recommend, if you think you have a winner and it's your first time, make sure you're getting some coaching help. Mario is offering that. He's scaled like 30 plus products before. He's got a ton of experience in this space, a ton of wisdom. If you're interested in that, you can go to ShineOnScalingWithMario.com, ShineOnScalingWithMario.com, set up a call with him and see if your product is a good fit for your or for his scaling with you program. All right, finally, Shots of Espresso. We release these every single week. This is free high-level training. If you're brand new and you're wanting like course level material, go check out the Shots of Espresso. I'm telling you, we don't hold any punches back. It's completely free. The stuff in the Shots of Espresso is more valuable than a lot of courses, okay? You need to go check this out if you're new and you're trying to get the hang of this ShineOn thing. The Shots of Espresso are where it's at. So to get to the Shots of Espresso, in the Facebook group at the very top, click the little featured button there. That's going to show you anything we've pinned to the group, anything we've marked as an announcement. So Shots of Espresso there, Coffee with Michaels are there, product announcements or releases, the little product teasers we do, all that kind of stuff is all right there. So if you want to make sure you never miss a beat and you're up to date on all the news, go to the Facebook group, click the little featured button there, and just literally scroll down. It's like a news bulletin of everything cool that we're doing around here. And we do a lot of stuff, so you're going to miss out. If you're gone for a week, you're going to have stuff to catch up on. It's almost guaranteed. So with all of that said, let's get into today's interview here. I've got Krste with me. Krste is a top seller with ShineOn. Anybody who doesn't know Krste, he's kind of a legend around here. He broke into the scene in 2020, quickly became a top seller. I think he did $2 or $3 million in revenue in 2020. He's got a bunch of very unique methods for not only testing and scaling, but also like phrase building and like carving out a winner, like taking something that's got potential and just like really refining it and making it into a winner. He's done the biggest revenue day I've ever seen. He did $146,000 in revenue, I think it was, in a single day, which is absolutely unreal. I don't know anybody who's done more than that. He's also produced a lot of coaching students have had lots of success. I mean, 6 and 7 figures, some of them. So he's got a really solid track record. And Krste is joining us today to tell us kind of what's working in Q3 and what he's focused on in Q3 and how he's preparing for Q4, right? So Krste, I want to keep today actionable as possible. I want people to be walking away from today with tips and kind of an action plan so they know exactly what they need to be doing right now to make the most of the year that we have left in front of us. So if somebody's new, they're just getting going here, how would you tell them to kind of stand on their feet in Q3 and like what kind of groundwork or foundation should they be laying for themselves to take full advantage of Q4?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, unfortunately, when I started, I went on a different route. I went hire an agency. They're going to do the ads and, they're going to do fantastic work. And that turned out not to be the case. So if anyone's starting out new, definitely don't go get someone else to do your ads. Invest in yourself and learn how to do it yourself because, you're your best asset. And then once you get to a certain point, like at scale, you can hire, a skilled media buyer to take over that side for you. So definitely start investing in yourself, whether it be Coffee with Michaels and all the shot of espressos that we offer. Or if you want like a real shortcut, you can explore the community here. We have lots of well-versed coaches, like we mentioned a few earlier, as well as our own ShineOn Treasury and coaching program. Really, like what we found, like a commonality between a lot of the successful students is they're either part of a or multiple coaching programs. So it's just the truth, right? Like you get lots of shortcuts and lots of gold nuggets, and you fulfill a lot of gaps in knowledge, right? If we go back to what you were saying before about your course being dated, I would still say there's a lot of value in there, because if you watch and get 10% from you, and they watch all my content and get 10% from me, they're at 20%, right? And then all of a sudden they develop their own style, and they add their own flavor to the message cards,
Well,
and so on and so forth. So it's like nurturing and building on all of the skills.
well, and the only thing that's really out of date from ShineOn 100K is just some of the ad methods, but like
Yeah,
literally all the fundamentals, and I think 80% of the entire course is just fundamentals. They all still apply because those are basically evergreen. So yeah,
exactly.
I totally agree with you. So let's pretend for a minute there's somebody brand new, like this is they've been doing ShineOn now for 2 weeks. They're learning, they're wanting to get going here. Let's kind of walk through that real quick. I don't spend tons of time on it, but I just want to make sure that we're helping people wherever they're at. So you're
Sure.
new, you want to do this ShineOn kind of thing. How do you do it? Well, the first thing you need to do, I would think, is go download or go open a Shopify store, right? So go to shopify.com, open a store. You can do the 14-day trial. What's like a great theme these days is Dawn theme. Everyone's talking about Dawn. I know it's blazingly fast. What are you using on your stores, Krste?
Yeah, so I built a store on Dawn too, when I joined ShineOn in September last year, and we did well over 3 million in just quarter 4 on that store. So that is still my go-to. I'm actually creating a course in the Treasury on exactly how I built that store, but on the current
Nice.
version on Dawn, with a lot of the CRO optimizations that we found over time. And the advantage of running on Dawn now and what it was before, like um, the the test like store which I created now, which I'm gonna build out as part of that course, it's actually testing at 1 second to interactive. So the whole page loads and people can see the pictures and everything on mobile in 1 second. So that's crazy fast. Like
This is the fast and
TikTok.
simple product template, isn't it?
This is Dawn. So Dawn has its own product template. So I think Shine On Fast tests a
It
little bit slower than that.
it's
Just
a
a little bit
subset.
slower than
It's
that.
a sub 1 second paint. First paint. I know
Yes.
that.
Yeah. But to interactive, I think it's a second and a half,
Yeah.
just
Okay.
just a little bit over that. So
So I'm
um,
seeing actually a lot of people in the comments here chiming in with their own themes. Let us know what theme are you using? What's your favorite theme in your Shopify store? Let us know in the comments here. I just kind of want to get a good look. Gary Hare comes in with Avatar. Deborah is here with Dawn. I saw some other people vote too. Where are they at? Dawn, Dave Mackey, Vantage, Taste theme. ShineOn several years ago was going to make their own theme called Butter, and the logo and everything for it was beautiful. I actually loved it, but the project I think got scrapped. Debuter Dawn, Booster, Debutify, Dawn. Dawn looks like Dawn is really kind of winning here. Built everything on Dawn, 6 clients so far plus my own
yeah,
Facebook user. Sheila here. This is why I'm glad we're covering this. Michael, will you please put out a step-by-step training with a shot of espresso on how to make a Shopify store and connect ShineOn? It is so confusing. Yeah, we'll do something like that. I'm going to talk to Jim. Krste is here as well. Maybe we can do something like that. One thing to note is part of the reason it's a little confusing today to install ShineOn in your Shopify stores because it's an independent app. We're not in the app store, so you're going to have to go outside of the app to find it. But we are going to be in the app store pretty soon, which should make that easier. But so anyways, let's go back. You've gone to shopify.com. You've signed up for a trial. You've connected your domain and you've installed one of your themes. Everybody's favorite choice here is Dawn. Your choice of theme was Dawn as well. So let's say, that you install theme. Let's get into the next part, which is probably like niche selection, testing your first products, things like that. We don't have to get super detailed here, but if somebody was brand new, what are some kind of advice and some tips you would give them to move through niche selection and testing some of their first products?
Sure. I mean, so if we go back to 2020, like I'll add a little bit of story and a little bit of flavor to this. I was in the love niche, and basically I had a huge problem because I was scaling, and then all of a sudden I lost my BM. So quarter four, everything that I did in quarter three set me up for quarter four. So I had a new BM, but I needed, I started with the same product, new pixel, new everything, and it pretty much scaled straight away. So you really need to dial in a winning product, and this is a good time to do that. Um, so let's say right now, so quarter three, good things to be researching and testing right now, which you can carry through into quarter four. So all of these products have the potential to scale 10x what they're doing now. So potentially you could still find a winning product and scale it now, but you can continue it through into quarter four and 10x whatever you're doing now in it. So let's say it's doing $2,000 or $3,000 revenue, you can probably do $30,000 revenue on it in quarter four. So niches that sell all year round are your granddaughter, your grandson, your son, your daughter. Love niche, they sell all year round. One addition in this period is the wedding niche. So this is your daughter-in-law, your son-in-law, father-in-law, mother-in-law, those four products. And actually we had some coaching students last year really crush quarter three with those niche products. So they're hot ones that can carry into quarter four as well, because I think one of the top winning products for quarter four was actually a bonus daughter as well. So these products in the family of the bride or family of the groom are really hot as well, because there's not much competition in those, or there's not much other products that they can buy. So it's really good angle to research and test in this period. So we have a lot of hot new products that haven't been seen before, like your gold love knot, gold alluring. You've got the open work watches, and now we've released the watches with message cards. So these are really hot products that fit this wedding niche, right? So for the men, especially like your son-in-law and your father-in-law, these products would match really well. Whereas you also have like your love knot and alluring, the gold flavor hasn't really been seen. So you can take existing winning message cards from last year or the year before with the new product, and I can tell you straight off the bat, like got the yellow gold is testing, almost double in terms of click through rate because it's new, right? So I definitely look to those as a starting point. You can also split test yellow, white gold, and yellow gold, but I can just tell you straight off the bat, out of 5 or 6 tests that we've put through so far, the yellow gold is testing much higher.
Awesome, man. So again, the evergreen niches were like to my daughter, to my son, to my grandchildren, like my grandson, my granddaughter. Then you said the love niche as well. Love is like kind of the romance niche. So to my wife, to my girlfriend, to my future wife, my fiance, all of those.
Soulmate, yeah.
Yeah. And you were also kind of saying that like anything that you find and kind of get working right now, you can 10x in Q4. Right?
Exactly.
Like now is a great time to be like testing a lot, figuring out what has potential, and then coming back to that thing when Q4 gets here and people are really in buying mode because you've got the gifts and all the deals going on with Black Friday and such, and then you can 10x that particular product in Q4. So For somebody that's relatively new here, right? So we've started a Shopify store. We've got a few niches kind of on the table here. What I want to talk about next is like something I've noticed with new entrepreneurs is that they don't understand the level of effort it actually takes to be successful, right? And a lot of times they actually put in about 1/10 the amount of effort it takes. Like I remember when I hit a massive winner, like I literally think I tested like 50 products in like 11 days or something like that, right? That's not even 10 products a day. Okay. But I mean, it was a ton of products in a short amount of time. And I was super hungry. I mean, I was going to do literally whatever it took to make sure I found a winner. I was getting up. I had a full-time job at the time. I was getting up super early in the morning at like 5 a.m. I was working literally until I had to go to my job. On my lunch breaks, I was getting in my car, driving to the top of the parking garage, using my cell phone as a hotspot, checking campaigns, running more tests, creating more products, those kinds of things. So I say all that because I'm trying to set some context here. If you've got a new person, they're trying to break into this space, they want to make sure they have that winner for Q4. How many products do you think they should be testing a day, a week, that kind of thing? Like, how would you, like, what guidance would you give them? What kind of system should they be working to guarantee their success as they move into Q4?
This is a tricky question.
Well, let her rip.
I've had different success stories come through coaching. I've had some pretty much hit a winner in the first 3 products. Some, have taken 30 or 40 products. It's really a little bit of luck to it, right? So, myself personally, like as you do it more and more, you get better and better. So like my hit rate is maybe 1 in 5 or 1 in 3, whereas some coaching students are maybe 1 in 10. So it's just about experience and building your skill set. And this is one thing that we do in coaching. Every month we have at least one phrase building session, and I commonly tell them to even if you're not advertising, just practice that skill, because you'll get better and better at it over time. So you'll know and build, better phrases when you come to advertise them. Like you don't really need to put money against them to perfect your skill, right? So I definitely recommend, you know, just uh, building your skills at the very least. If you don't have, a lot of capital to put aside to test right now, right? So just practice the actual skill of building phrases. So go on Etsy and Facebook and Google and search, love letters or family phrases, etc., and start, creating your unique phrases. Take inspiration from other winning products that come up in your Google search when you search for these things. So take inspiration, try to rephrase them and make them better than what they were. And yeah, so it's just about like that skill building and setting yourself up for success. So it's hard to sort of say how many products you need to test. Obviously, the better you get at a skill, the less you'll need to test. So some people are naturals. Like some people can write phrases pretty much straight up and have success in their first 5. Some will take a little bit longer. So there's no one answer. There's no one true answer that answers that question.
So I think I'm hearing you. I think part of the reason, so you're looking at it from you're basically looking at the question from the lens of all of your experience and your coaching
Yeah.
students and things like that. And I think you've grown a lot in your knowledge. And so like obviously, for you, forcing yourself to do like 5 tests a day, for example, may not make a ton of sense because there's a lot of nuance there and you kind of know what makes a winner and what doesn't and things like that. I would, if I could take a swing at this question, I would tell a new person the only way you're going to learn is by getting reps in, right? Like you can't hit a home run unless you stand at that damn plate and you swing at that damn ball every damn day, right? And it's like, you got to do that over and over and over and over and over and over again before you're ever going to get a home run. And with ShineOn, you're like, to get a winner, it's about getting as many at bats as you possibly can. It's about getting as many opportunities as you can to stand there and swing at that ball. If you're new, especially, because you have a lot to learn. You have a lot of lessons to learn. You're not going to come in here like Krste and be able to hit a winner on your third product, right? Krste can do that because Krste is a freaking samurai at this now, right? He has done the reps. He has been to battle. He has done it a bunch, and he knows what makes a winner. But you, if you're new, and I'm not picking on anybody, you don't, right? You need to have a reality check. And the best way for you to learn, in my opinion, is to put in the reps, right? Get out there and start testing products, create designs, test products, figure out what your system looks like, figure out how to create ads, make mistakes. You're going to. That's almost the goal at this point in time if you're brand new. Make mistakes, but learn from your mistakes, right? Make a mistake, reflect on it, learn from it so you don't make that same mistake again. But get into some kind of system where you're forcing yourself to work, and you're doing. I personally would recommend, test 3 to 5 products a day, because when you're new, I think that kind of experience is valuable. And yeah, you're going to lose some money here too. But guess what?
Yep.
That money is I'll shut up here. Sorry, Krste. That money guarantees you learn from your experience, because the money makes it painful. The money makes literally every mistake you make painful, right? But the flip side is you're also buying data, right? You're buying experience, you're buying data, you're buying mistakes that have an impact, and then you can learn from that and you keep getting better and keep getting better, and eventually you're going to hit your grand slam. What were you going to say, Krste?
I just want to I want to add fuel to the fire of what you're saying. Like, so we talked about last year. I started in ShineOn in September, so that didn't give me a lot of time for testing and refining the store and doing a lot of these things that you guys can start now, right? So you can join Treasury, you can join coaching, you can join. We've got other top sellers that offer coaching as well. You can join these programs now and potentially set yourself up for success for Q4. If you're like, this is even the reason why I'm considering like closing coaching signups in, maybe November and December, because if you start then, you're not really putting in the effort that's required to be successful, and you're just expecting, to be a millionaire overnight. And that's not what this game is about. It's about that will drive, continual success over a longer period of time. So last year when we were doing coaching, we were literally prepping for Q4 way ahead of time. We were doing July, August, and
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit, buddy.
Yeah.
No, you're still breaking up pretty good.
Are we good now?
Yeah, I think that's better.
All right. How much do I need to go back?
Not long. Go back like 10 seconds.
Yeah. So yeah, we were pretty much preparing for Q4 3 months in advance. So if you guys want to get started and really make this work, now is the best time. Like, jump in and see how it all works, understand, and start testing. Because if you can still make it work. If you start in Q4, you can still make it work. But if you start now, you have a huge advantage. So one of the products which I tested in Q3 wasn't quite scalable for Q4, but I sidelined it, and then I started adding fuel to it in Q4, and it scaled to $3 million. So like, that's just the potential. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. So now you're going to test a lot of products, but potentially you get sales, and it's not quite scalable. But I would not throw that product away. I would sideline it and review it in Q4 again, because potentially the increase in buying activity can tip it over the edge. So another thing which was a huge shortfall for us is that we didn't have a full product catalog. So we're missing a lot of these niches which I was talking about before: your daughter-in-law, father-in-law, son-in-law, all of these niches we probably didn't have products in. We had people searching on the store for it, but when you're in the middle of scaling to $156,000 days, you don't have time to create products. So yeah, you should really be creating and filling your catalogs, because what will happen is someone will come in for a wife product, or they'll come in for a daughter product, and potentially they have, another 3 or 4 women in their life, or they have, a family, right? And they might just buy for the whole family. We had some orders nearing $700 or $1,000 in Q4. So if you set your catalogs up now, you don't need to test ads on those products. Just having them in your store can set you up. And also there's the organic and SEO traffic, which you build on that, because if you run some paid ads and you're testing products, your site will get crawled by all these like search engines like Yahoo and Google. Like I think we had like $10,000 worth of organic Yahoo sales because of the testing and the products that we're running. So if you create all these products, you'll get the bonus organic traffic because they've been around for a longer period of time. If you create them in Q4, you might not get all this additional lift to your campaign. So definitely, fill your catalogs, create your store, do this work ahead of time. You can still test products, you can still scale products, and then but you should still be doing all these activities for prepping for Q4 alongside your Q3 activities. The other thing which I strongly recommend is have all your processes and all your house in order. So this means like testing VAs for customer support, and getting them to do a couple of hours of work a week, and then you find ones which are good, because you don't want to be trying to find and fill your customer support in Q4. You don't want to be doing all these activities like emails and all that sort of stuff while you're scaling, right? So you should be thinking about all of the things that are needed to run a proper business and fill all that stuff right now. And the final thing and the most important thing is you want to be running ads now. Even if you're not scaling, you should be at least testing, because if you create an ad account in Q4, I can guarantee you it's going to get disabled, or a page or a profile. Like anything that you create in Q4, I can guarantee you it's going to get disabled. It happened to a lot of sellers last year. It happened to a lot of sellers the year before, because Facebook and other platforms, their policy basically is in Q3, they'll weed out a lot of the bad actors. And then in Q4, they'll pretty much ramp up the algorithm to the absolute maximum. So even if you're not doing anything wrong, they can still flag you. So this is because they don't have the support efforts to manually review and manually check all the ads. So they put it through the system, and all of a sudden you see a lot of, maybe people that aren't doing the wrong thing getting disabled and missing out on their chance to, be part of this game. So create your business managers, create your pages, your ad accounts all now. Like, so say for example, you can create 3 ad accounts, create 2. Don't maximize, don't create them all at once. Create one now, create one in 3 days, test some page likes, test some link clicks or landing page views, have some activity on them before you run conversion campaigns, and run some conversion campaigns now. Do all those activities now, because if you want to start selling Q4, you need to do that now, because I can guarantee you, if you jump on and start doing it in Q4, it's not gonna be a happy time for you.
So dude, let me recap where we started, where I think we're at, and then we'll go on.
Yep.
So we have said so far, create a store, install the Dawn theme. That's just what everybody kind of said. That one of the niches you want to go after is the daughter, the son, one of the romance niches, like to my wife, fiance, future wife, something like that, girlfriend, or the granddaughter, grandson, those ones, right? So pick one of the evergreen niches, start creating lots of products. They need to be high quality products. You need to look at kind of what's working, get inspiration from what's clearly got sales. Start creating lots of products, get those loaded up. into your store and start testing, right? You want to start testing now. You also want to get a VA, get a virtual assistant, have them start doing like your customer service, have them help you with maybe product creation and some of your store management, but get them teed up now and get a good relationship with them, because as you move into Q4, if you hit a winner, things are going to scale up really quick and you're going to want them kind of in your back pocket to help you out with a bunch of
Yep.
things. And then
Yep. Because
finally,
you
when it
don't
comes to, go ahead.
you don't want to be testing VAs in quarter 4 because they might not work out, right? So you want to maybe try a person, see if they work out, then maybe try another person, because it'll take. Sometimes you get them straight up. Sometimes you need to try a few people, see if they respond to the emails in the proper manner, can manage the page comments and likes. So there's quite a few activities which they need to do correctly. So if they're doing that right, then you can sort of put them on a couple of hours a week, and then you just say, oh, hey, I've got more work, here's 20 hours. And most of them are really happy, if you give them more hours. But if you're looking for them and testing them in quarter 4, it's not going to be a happy time.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Actually, I've been caught in that position more than once. And it's tough. All right. So, and then finally, you said like, go ahead, create your Facebook pages, create your business managers now, start creating some ad accounts, get all those things kind of warmed up. And essentially, like, you're basically saying get banned right now. Go ahead and get banned now, get disabled right now, get all that stuff out of the way now in Q3. That way in Q4, you can hopefully dodge some of that, right? Because you've already been through some of the banning and things like that. So go ahead and get like all that stuff warmed up, start testing your ads from those accounts, start getting in some initial pixel data, all that kind of stuff. Is that basically correct?
Exactly right.
All right. And so what's next? We've created a store. We picked a niche. We filled it with products. We've got a VA. We're testing things. We got our Facebook ad accounts going. You had kind of mentioned earlier, as you're testing, you look for positive signals in the data. And then right now, because we're in Q3, you're going to take those positive signals. You're going to kind of like put them off to the side. You're going to put them up on the shelf to get them back down in Q4. So what does that process look like for you?
So I guess like I have a testing framework. I'm probably gonna drop that in coaching and treasury soon. So I kind of have like signals of what is a winning product and what is an okay product and what is a failed product. So an okay product, I'll probably test creatives on and test variations of the message card, whether it be color of the message card or the actual phrase itself. And maybe that'll lift it into a winning product. So that, and also with okay products, I'll test landing page landing page optimization. So CRO testing, maybe change elements on the landing page, make the product description more catered to the audience. So this is actually a topic which I'm going to share as part of SEO next week, which is going to cover exactly all those steps. So what I do to lower CPMs and what I do to conversion rate optimize to improve a product that's doing okay. So sometimes doing those activities can lift a okay product to a profitable product. So that'll be dropping Wednesday next week for you guys. So if you have an okay product, you can try these steps out and maybe you might lift it into a winning product. If not, sideline it for quarter 4. If you have a winning product, and you'll know if you have a winning product because like Michael likes to say, it'll take you for a run. You're not running the show. It's gonna show itself. So if you really have a winning product, you can scale it to the moon right now and continue it in quarter 4. So there's still potential for winning products. We have a few coaching students that are selling reasonable volume right now, and I'm doing okay volume, not quite crazy scale volume. So, but yeah, that comes to what I'm saying, like test more products and try to figure out if you can have more winners. So ideally the best scenario is to have 4 or 5 products for quarter 4 that are okay or winning, because you can probably scale 2 of them to 7 figures plus. Like that's the potential. So it's 7 figures plus, realistically, 3 to 5 million worth of revenue. So there's a huge potential if you do this testing period, the testing process now, because now is actually one of the toughest times to sell. I'm not saying you can't sell in quarter 3, and I agree with both Jim and Chris Blair that also reiterate you're missing an opportunity. Yes, it is tougher time to sell, but there's also a lot of opportunity. So those of you that know my story know that like quarter 3 in uh, 2020, I actually did 660,000 in revenue. So there's a lot of potential in quarter 3. It's just about hitting the right products and doing the activities which I talked about before. The CRO and the lowering of the CPM. So that's dropping next week. You can learn more about that. And worst case scenario, if you don't have a winner right now, you can potentially find some potential winners for quarter 4. So I think that you can set yourself up really, really well right now if you invest the time and effort to get things rolling now.
Well, and something else people need to remember is like if you are worried about Q3 maybe being a challenging time to scale, so are a bunch of other people, and there's probably a good number of people that are dropping out of the market, which means most of your competition is like kind of going away. So like again, it's kind of an opportunity, right? You have to
It
be
is.
able to take some inverted thinking, upside down thinking, contrarian thinking, so to speak, and apply it to this situation and say, wait a freaking minute. Like if I'm feeling discouraged, I know a bunch of other people are. They're probably going to drop out, so I need to persevere through this and seize the opportunity that's being presented. Right? You're only going to
Exactly.
win. I say this all the time. If you don't give up for long enough, you win. The only way you win is by sticking to this thing and outlasting all of that other stuff. The things where
Yep.
other people drop, that's where you need to stick around and persevere. So
And
go ahead.
yeah, so just to add to that, like um like we were talking about this being a tough time, right? If you can dial in your CRO and lowering your CPMs in the hardest time, like it's gonna make it so much easier selling it in quarter 4, because literally you can just throw money at it and it will just convert better. Like that's just how it works. Like if you can dial it, if you can figure it out right now, and you have like a winning product, it's just going to make your life so much easier in quarter 4. Like because it is a challenge, right? It's a challenge to get over the hump. And if you do that, like it's just, yeah, it's just crazy. Like you'll be able to throw money and it'll just make more money in quarter 4. Like that's the huge advantage of testing right now and scaling right now. If you can dial in the CPMs and CRO and have a winning product right now, you're going to be really good for quarter 4.
And so um, I wanted to, you had kind of mentioned looking for signals in the noise, uh, finding kind of some of that stuff, and then, um, maybe putting it on the shelf to bring back out. I'm talking about products now, putting the product on the shelf to bring back out during Q4. And then you'd also mentioned like, later this week or next week, sorry, you're going to drop some training and things like that in the treasury or the coaching about like what your framework looks like. So look, I'm not asking you to share the whole framework. We probably don't even have near enough time, but can you give like an example of how, like, let's say you've got a product and it's not scaling super hard, but you can see there's some potential there. What's kind of a tweak that you might make to the design or something like that to try to get like turn it into a winner? What's something you might do to try to like give that product an edge so that it takes off?
Yep. So the first thing I'd probably look at is the phrase itself. Is there anything in it that could limit its potential? So a common one is like especially popular flaw in the daughter and the um, son niche is there's phrases that uh, have little boy or little girl. Um, some people might not like that type of phrase because of it may be like belittling them, or I'm a grown man now, I'm not a little boy, right? Like some people don't like that side of things. So sometimes removing that portion or rephrasing that portion can lift a product, and I've seen that before. But some people really like that. So what I like to do is have both. So have the broader one, so the one that doesn't mention the little boy or little girl, running at the top of funnel, and then when I have a retargeting, I show the other one, so the one that doesn't have the broad reach. So you can still sell both variants. After I test phrase changes, I can also test message card variation. So maybe a color, whether I go darker or lighter. So I try to keep my tests as little as possible, because obviously I don't want to spend so much money on a product that may have potential. So uh, the the only one that I'd really do in terms of a message card variation is invert the color. I wouldn't add any elements like flowers or anything like that. That comes way later in the process. So I'll flip an element. So if it's white, I'll change it to dark, like a charcoal color. If it's a charcoal color, I'll change it to white and see if that has a lift. And if that doesn't work, I'll look at creatives. So I'll test some UGCs, maybe 2 or 3 pictures as a variation. And finally, I'd probably look at the conversion rate optimization of the page itself. Can I change any elements like the price or the copy on the page? But like I said, this is dropping like the knowledge bomb of the lowering the CPMs, and also the conversion rate optimization is dropping in the Shot of Espresso middle of next week. So stay tuned for that. That's a huge knowledge bomb. I know that internal brands were excited of us launching that for
all right. So just like once again to kind of recap, you're saying like go ahead and start your testing now. Try to find some products that have potential. Try to start even tweaking those into winners. And you're not saying don't attempt to sell or scale them now, right? You're saying like go ahead and do it. Just keep in mind that when Q4 gets here, you can 10x those puppies. And it's not like if you try to scale it now, you can't scale in Q4. It's not really what you're saying. You're just saying that like something that's doing a few $1,000s a month right now could do 10 times that once Q4 gets here. So don't throw that product away. You want to hang on to that product because it may like really show itself when more buyers get activated in the market. The other thing you're saying is like take the positive signals and the positive feedback you're getting from your data about your products and really try to like tweak your products until they become winners, right? And you're going to drop a training on how to do that soon. Is the training in the coaching or is it in treasury or both?
You mean for the framework?
Yeah. Yep.
So it'll probably be in coaching first. So I'll drop the framework in coaching first, and then treasury. Usually by the time content gets into the treasury, it's about like a month or 6 weeks delay, because coaching is raw, like you get it in a classroom style, whereas treasury is a bit more polished and more organized and rehearsed, right? So if you want like front end edge and like literally like things that you can action straight away, is coaching's the best place, because I think the strategy which I was still testing and iterating and trying to figure out the best way to do it, in Q2 Washington picked up and like scaled from a $2,000 day to a $10,000 or $15,000 day. So it's just like literally 10x what it was doing. Oh, well, almost 10x, like 7 or 8x. So these strategies in real time are a real advantage, as well as the knowledge bombs or the insight that we have to share. So it's always good to be part of a community like that to get any edges but possible, especially with us testing so much in internal brands. Like I don't think there's many other communities that do this for their sellers. Like I think we're unique in that way, where we try to empower our sellers as best as possible for their success.
Yeah, and by the way, people, we're spending like a ridiculous amount of money every single week testing things, strategies, so that we can bring you these insights. So, last question, and then I think we'll maybe move to wrap this up. So, do you still do like start your testing on Facebook and then go to TikTok once you have something that shows promise? Is Facebook still kind of the starting place?
Um, so yes and no. um, up until like 2 weeks ago, it was TikTok first, and then we switched to Facebook because TikTok just had like an algorithm update or something, just went completely haywire for it, so it wasn't performing. But TikTok is stabilizing now, and we're starting to test on TikTok again first. So um, TikTok, I shared a shot of espresso a couple of weeks ago. So if you look for SOE, it shows you why I like to test on TikTok first. You'll find that the CPMs and everything is much lower, so you can test a lot more for your dollar. So it just empowers you to get a lot more for your money. Whereas Facebook, you still can use alternate methods where you can use like landing page views and link clicks, like Chris Blair was suggesting, right? So you can do those, but for me, I can't match the two. Like sometimes I'll get really good tests on those lower traffic campaigns, and then they don't convert into conversion. So usually when we test on TikTok, we take that TikTok creative and run it on Facebook with just like reels and feed placements, and they scale on Facebook too. So you actually gonna get your creatives dialed in on TikTok at a much cheaper cost, and then just copy and paste them to TikTok, to Facebook. So it's actually a huge advantage in that way.
So real quick though, like what testing on TikTok, I'd imagine it's more laborious, right? Like it probably takes more effort to create kind of your initial video and stuff. So how do you get around all that?
Um, so basically, I guess you'll find like a creative that has scaled previously. So you kind of can do some research on TikTok, and you can find creatives of other ShineOn sellers or other
You're saying
e-commerce
like
products.
like almost like a video template is what you're
Yeah, so
saying?
you can see what they're doing and literally just replicate that, right? So you replicate a winning creative and test your products, and then from there, if you do get success, you can go into creative iteration where you can test different creatives and find a lift on those creatives on TikTok. So TikTok is very demanding in terms of creative. So to really scale on TikTok, you're going to need much more investment in terms of creating your creatives. But we were talking about where we're starting testing. So we start testing on TikTok, then we scale it on Facebook. So you can still scale it on TikTok, but just know that you need to iterate through your creatives on TikTok, because they'll burn out 2 weeks or 4 weeks depending on how hard you scale. Sometimes you can scale really aggressively and burn out your creative in 48 hours. So um, but we're talking about Facebook. Facebook has much more room to scale your creative. So that's why I'm saying once you test it on TikTok, you can transfer it to um, Facebook and use the bigger audiences to your ads to scale further. And then like if you build a capital on Facebook, you can invest in all of the creative iteration and scale really hard on TikTok as well.
And there's still parity between kind of what's working on TikTok and what works on Facebook and vice versa, right?
Yeah, so literally, like for our success in quarter 4 and quarter 1, it's literally just taking winning products and duplicating them. Not just on Facebook and TikTok. We did Snapchat. We did other platforms as well. And not only that, like even what else did we test that scaled really well? Like even like Pinterest and other platforms, like just using this. Do you usually say that works on TikTok? Works pretty much on all of the platforms, right? So people really like TikToks. It's
Okay.
just the new way of sharing content.
All right. So we're going to move to wrap this up. I'm going to quick recap everything we went through today very quickly. All right. So if you're brand new, you're going to probably want to rewatch this part of the video over and over again, maybe even take some notes. So number one, create a Shopify store. 2, install the Dawn theme. Everybody's working on the Dawn theme. Next, you're going to want to load lots of products into your store and start testing. Don't just throw a bunch of trash into your store, though. Look at what's like study the market a little bit. Look at what's working. Try to get some products in there that are definitely going to have some potential. Start loading your store up with products and start your initial testing. You're going to want to create new business managers, ad accounts, etc. All of that right now, your Facebook pages, things like that right now. Run some like campaigns. What you're wanting to do is you're wanting to get, if Facebook's going to disable you or like ban your account, you're wanting to get that done now in Q3 so it's out of the way so that in Q4 when you're scaling, you're not touched by that. Go ahead and find a virtual assistant and get them teed up and helping you with some things. Develop a relationship. Have them help you with store management, product management, doing your customer service, obviously all that stuff now so that you're not trying to find a VA in Q4. You don't want to be caught behind the curve on that one. I have been, and it can be rough. Next, when it comes to your actual testing framework, you're going to want to start your tests on TikTok. And what you're looking for is positive signals in the data, right? You're looking for positive feedback on your product in the data. When you find that, right, you're going to want to tweak that product and see if you can like tip it over the edge, right? Take a product that's going okay and getting sales and try to turn it into something that can scale, right? And so some examples Krste has is he might change the color on the background of the message card, for example, or if there's something in the phrase itself that might be exclusionary, for lack of better terms, like if the phrase is like "to my little boy," you may want to change that so it's something that's a little more inclusive, or maybe hits a different part of the audience or something like that to see if you can get it to take off. Your goal in all of this is to have 4 to 5 winning products as you move into Q4, right? 4 to 5 potential winning products as you move into Q4, because there's a good chance 1 or 2 of those will scale to 7 figures during Q4 because the buying activity is so large. Have I missed anything, Krste?
No, I think that's pretty good.
All right.
You covered it really well.
All right. Very good. Thanks for coming on, man. You dropped a ton of freaking knowledge. If you guys found this helpful below, drop some little bombs, the little bomb emoji, the little cannonball emoji, whatever that is. I want to see a bunch of those in the chat below. I want to see a little bomb waterfall in the chat. Let's see it, folks. Bomb waterfall in the chat. Go. Let's see it right now. Then we're going to move to wrap this thing up. Tell Krste thank you for coming on and dropping some knowledge. This is super helpful stuff. I got to tell you, when I was getting started, I would have cut off my left arm for some help because I didn't really have it. I was swinging in the dark. Here we go. Thank you, Gail. Thanks for tuning in. Sydney, Sophie, lots of Facebook users here.
I'm Facebook user. I'm the OG.
Really? Lots of Facebook user. Dave Mackey. Thanks, everybody, for coming on. Appreciate you joining us today. I did see a question in the chat that popped up a few times. I'm going to take a moment to address it here before we close. The question is related to the platform. Look, the platform is not going to be here for Q4. The Etsy will be here, okay? But like the ability to sell through a custom domain using ShineOn.com, that's not going to be here. You are going to have a Shopify store, okay? I'm just letting you know now that's not going to change. We are working on relaunching the platform. That is not going to come until 2023, okay? So I'm putting that out there. I want everybody to know going into this. Now is the like, don't be kind of sitting there on a hope and a prayer that the platform comes back in Q4. It's not, okay? Etsy is going to remain. We are working on something for Amazon. I don't know for certain that's going to be here by Q4. Etsy is definitely going to be here by Q4. We're trying to figure out a way to do Amazon FBA. As we move into Q4, it's something else we're working on, but you need a Shopify store, okay? So please go get Shopify, install the Dawn theme, do all the things that we talked about now. You need to be moving over there. One of the reasons, I want everybody to understand this, one of the reasons that we decommission the platform or put it on hold, however you want to say that, to rebuild it is because we found that our sellers there was no contest here. Sellers on the Shopify platform were way more successful than our sellers on the platform. Okay, I didn't articulate that very well. Sellers on Shopify were way more successful than sellers on the platform, right? There was no contest in the data. When I mean no contest in data, I mean like they were doing, easily 8 to 10x the sales on Shopify as they were on the platform, okay? So we thought, wait a minute, the platform itself may in fact be a distraction to new sellers and prevent them from going to the place where they're going to have the greatest amount of success, right? And we kind of looked at that and we did the math and we said, you know what? Maybe what we should do is eliminate that distraction, get our new people over to where they're going to be most successful, double and triple down on our education in that area, so that we can have the best Q4. All of us can have the best Q4 that we've ever had. We will relaunch the platform. We've done a lot of study. We've had focus groups with sellers. We've gotten a lot of feedback. We're going to relaunch the platform maybe next year. We've got a bunch of really cool ideas about how we can rebuild it so it's even better for you when it comes back. We also have this idea. I don't know if we'll see it or not. It's completely revolutionary. Nobody's ever done it in the e-com space. It's something I'm super excited about. We would be the talk of the town if we launched this on the platform next year. We are working on it. It's really cool. Trust me, you won't even be able to guess what it is. It's unbelievable. But again, that's going to be 2023, when that comes back. So all of that said, please do not hesitate. Do not wait any longer. Go get started on Shopify now. It's July, people. It's July. Q4 is going to be here before you freaking know it. Trust me on that. Q4 comes and goes so fast every single year, and it is the Super Bowl. Now is the time you want to be putting your reps in so that you're ready to go and you can take as much, take full advantage of the opportunity that is, it's literally just around the corner, people. It's literally just around the corner. If Q4 is a train, right, that's just over the horizon, the ground is already shaking, right? Like it's that close. It is coming. It is barreling down on us. It's an unbelievable amount of opportunity. You cannot fathom the amount of money that gets poured into the e-commerce space in Q4. It is absolutely unbelievable. Last year, how much revenue did you do last year during Q4, Krste? Just throw a dart.
Over 3 million.
Over 3 million.
Over 3
I guarantee that Krste did not even touch, 1/10 of 1% of all the total revenue that was available in Q4. Guarantee he barely touched that. I bet he didn't even put a dent in it. I bet Facebook was sitting back looking at all the money that was pouring in through purchase conversions, and Krste he's not even a blip in their line chart, right? Because the opportunity is so incredibly massive. That should encourage you. So if you're wanting to make this e-com thing your life, if you're wanting to break into this success, if you're wanting to tap in to some of that money, you got to get started now. Get your reps in. Okay. I hope everybody's encouraged by that. Encouraged by that. All right. Do me a favor. If you found value in this, if you liked having Krste on, if you enjoy what we're doing here at ShineOn, please tell your friends. We really appreciate the word. We've only grown by word of mouth so far. We've basically done no ads at all to date. So this entire community, everything that we've done, it's all come by your kind words. It literally means the world to us. We've built an affiliate program to encourage you to tell more of your friends. It is gated by 100 sales. You have to have 100 sales before this unlocks, but you can go to analytics and then referrals. Up here in the top right, you've got your magic referral link. Anybody that signs up through that referral link and then gets a sale, you will get 75 cents. There are several people who have made 5 and even 6 figures on this referral program. It's dynamite. So go check it out right now. Also, we've started a whole new effort in social media. Tammy is really leading the way here. She's done an amazing job with this. You got to go check it out. She's running the Facebook page for ShineOn, ShineOn HQ, the Instagram at ShineOn, TikTok, ShineOn Official, and now we've got a Twitter account, Real ShineOn. And like the stuff she's coming up with is genuinely very entertaining. She's got scripts going on, and she's doing little productions, and like it's really fun, really engaging. Please go follow us in all these spaces and get tuned into what Tammy is doing. Until next time, if you want to start selling on ShineOn, go to shineon.com, sign up. It takes like 60 seconds to get started. Get your Shopify store, and let's go secure the bag on this. If you're on YouTube right now, you need to go join our Facebook group. We have the best, most engaged e-commerce community on the planet. The community that we have built here is second to none. It's absolutely amazing what we have going on. The energy, the encouragement, the positivity. We absolutely love it. You're really missing out if you're not in the Facebook group. You can join the Facebook group. Go to bit.ly/GoShineOn, or just go to Facebook and search for ShineOn Profits on Demand. Our YouTube channel, if you're on Facebook, you're not subbed to the YouTube channel, please go do that. YouTube.com/C/ShineOnPod. And then finally, go follow us on Instagram. I think I already said that. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Love seeing your faces every single week. And until next time, happy selling. Thank you, Krste. Adios, people.
Thanks, guys.